Hey guys, welcome back to Chariot Palmistry. My name is Sulabh Jain, and in this video we're going to be having a look at a series of predictions over the month of May. You see, there's a little bit of funny energy going on in the world over April, and April is more or less a hangover of the funny energy going on in March and before that February. The world is just starting to get settled right now, and I believe over the month of May it's actually going to be getting better and better. There's a lot of good things I think coming the way of the world over May, June, July and August. Basically for the next couple months at least, we should be in a good space. So not only will I give you my predictions over the rest of this month, but we'll take kind of a longer term view as well. Maybe the starting point for all of this should be to give you guys a screenshot of my 2020s cheat sheet. So basically the predictions on what I think is going to be happening over this entire decade, and we'll probably just move back and review a lot of these things just to see where the energy is sitting with these. Okay, so this is a screenshot of a video I put out a few years ago about the 2020s cheat sheet for the whole decade. And as you can see right now in middle 2024, we are in the era of optimism for this decade. And I know that may sound strange considering all the wars that are going on in the world and the fact that there's like genocide taking place in 3 different parts of our planet at the moment. It doesn't seem optimistic if you look at it on the surface. However, compared to the pessimism of the COVID years, the world is actually in a growth phase at the moment, even if it doesn't seem that way. There's a few key areas that I would like you guys to keep an eye on. The first one is I predicted that there'd be a housing bubble taking place over this decade, and we're pretty much in that phase right now. Now I do need to say, over 2025 and the first half of 2026, this bubble I believe is going to turn into a hyper bubble. So if you guys are looking at buying a property or investing in this area, you've only got a couple months left to go before the real craziness starts to begin. I also predicted in this cheat sheet that there'd be some sort of crypto bubble taking place. And that did happen in the first couple of years of this decade. Then that bubble popped and it's just about to start inflating now. So I'll come back and talk about some predictions that I'm going to make on the crypto market towards the very end of this video. I did also predict a gold-silver bubble, which we're still in at the moment. Remember, gold is at all-time highs right now, but silver hasn't caught up yet. So keep an eye on the silver price, because I think in the next 2 to 3 years, silver is going to outperform gold. In addition to that, I also believe that we are in a stock market bubble, which basically from about the very end of this month, this thing should start turning parabolic. So we've got that to look forward to. Also predicted an AI bubble, although if you look at the screenshot here, I thought it was going to end at the end of 2023. However, this bubble is still going on, and I mean there's some stocks like Nvidia and even Samsung that are doing incredibly well. So don't hold me to the end date on this, but pretty sure we got the AI bubble right. I also predicted that India is going to be going through its golden age, and we're pretty much there right now. The Indian stock market I think has gone up 3 or 4 times just over the last couple of years. I think it's actually going to be outperforming the rest of the world for the next few centuries to come. Now my last prediction over here guys was that there'd be a commodities bubble taking place too, and we're seeing this across the board in everything, in iron, building costs, everywhere you name it, commodities are going up. Now generally when that happens it means that the dollar value is going down or that there's lots of inflation, and that's certainly a factor here. Certainly when you look at the gold and silver bubble, the crypto bubble, housing bubble, everything else, but there's an even bigger picture that needs to be looked at. And on that note, I'm actually putting together a video at the moment which I'm going to be calling the most important video I'll ever put out on this channel. It's going to give you guys a big picture view on what's happening with the world, and hopefully if I do my job right in that video, I'll be setting you guys and your families up for the next few centuries. So keep an eye on that one, guys. Now, before we get on to the May predictions in this video, let's revisit the predictions that I made in April just to see how we were with the handle of energy there. So this is a screenshot from my last month's video. The first thing I predicted was a stock market fall to take place in the first week of April, which pretty much happened. I also predicted a crypto correction in the first to third weeks of April. That did take place. I predicted a crypto price rise taking place in the fourth week of April. That kind of did, but kind of didn't take place as well. So the cryptos did go up by around about 10%. However, in the last day, and especially today on the 1st of May, it's come down almost to the point where it's a negligible price rise. So I'm going to put a cross next to that one. My fourth prediction was a gold and silver price rise, which took place, and also a US dollar price rise in the second week of May. So we got 4 out of 5 right in that month, and for those of you keeping score, that means my predictions are at about 8 out of 10 so far this year. But that's April. Let's talk about May now, and let me put up a new screen to tell you what these predictions are. So my first prediction is a stock market fall to continue until the second week of May, or like the end of the second week of May. I then predict a major stock market rise coming into the third week of this month. Remember guys, I'm also predicting a huge bubble in the stock market for the next few years. So it could just be that May ends up being the bottom for quite some time. My third prediction is a gold and silver price rise taking place in the second week of this month, followed by a crypto price rise, which generally should be going on throughout the entire month. In fact, if I were to pick one asset class that I think is going to be the best over this month, it seems to be cryptocurrencies. So that's where I'm going to end this video, guys. If you do have any questions, put them in the comment section below. As always, thanks a lot.